What's going on, guys? Victor from Saving Skylands here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the best Skylander from each element in Skylanders Spyros Adventure. These days, there's a lot of new Skylanders players, whether it's young kids or adults like myself who were getting back into the franchise, and I get the question a lot of what Skylanders I should get or stuff like that. You know, what's the best Skylander? So this is the video for you, but I'm not going to ignore the other Skylanders of those elements. I will be quickly reviewing every single Skylander, all 32 Skylanders for Skylanders Spyros Adventure, and then proving to you guys why number 1 is at number 1. So let's get into it. Just so you guys know, there are 4 Skylanders from each element. So we're going to be talking about 4 Skylanders from each element, starting at number 4, making our way up to number 1. So first element is fire, and my least favorite, I would guess, coming in at number 4 is Eruptor. Now, Eruptor's good, don't get me wrong, but he only has one really good move, and that is the Eruption move. Other than that, his, what do you even call it, a third attack? I don't know, the Magma Ball is kind of useless. It does great damage, but it's kind of useless because it doesn't really shoot out, it just kind of rolls around. And his main attack is super underwhelming, especially even on the upgrade path that makes it better. It's not that great. Now, coming in at number 3, I'm going to get some hate for this, but that is okay. Igniter. Now, Igniter does some of the most damage in Spyros Adventure. His combos are amazing, but that's really all that I use. The giant slam is great, but if it doesn't one hit an enemy, you're just dropping combos again, and the combos would have done more damage anyways. His flame form, I'm really not a fan of. I've tried it out even on that upgrade path, and I don't like it. I just find myself using combos over and over again, and he lacks speed. And you guys know me, I love a fast Skylander. Moving up a lot in Victor's ranking from probably my least favorite Skylander ever to pretty darn good one. We have Sunburn. Highly recommend. He is very good, but he's not the most fun. I will say that. His 3 moves are his Flame Breath, which I would say go that path. His Teleport, which is half pass useless on whether it's going to make you invincible or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you take the risk and you die. Sometimes you don't take the risks and you're invincible. It's great. But his Flame Breath is amazing once it charges up, especially on bosses versus Chaos. It's amazing. Versus the Rock Golem, melts him in several seconds. Most enemies just melt away. Yes, waiting for that to do its max damage, go through its 3 stages of Flame Breath to actually do its really good damage. It's a little boring once you're just sitting there. And then when you leave it, you have to recharge it again. But it's fine. He's a good Skylander. He soloed SSA for me. He soloed Giants on Nightmare for me. So it proves that he's pretty dang good. His dash is fine, just make sure you don't get the soul gem. The soul gem makes him do a little jump at the end, and it kind of ruins the point of being fast because then it just locks you in place for a second. So that's my only advice for Sunburn right there. Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Flame Slinger. Now this man is very low armor. Just don't get hit, okay? But luckily, he's super fast, and his speed move, despite actually being just fast in general, his speed move does damage while also being fast. It just leaves fire all around. It's fantastic. Both of his ranged moves are probably the greatest combo of ranged moves from any Skylander ever made. If you simultaneously, here I have a controller right here. If you simultaneously, I use the trigger buttons. If you simultaneously hit this button, while you're using the main attack, you'll constantly shoot volley shots, and before the volley shots hit the ground or the enemies, you shoot normal arrows, and they'll actually start hitting at the same time, and you could just do that over and over. And then if you need to get out of there, use your whatever flame run, whatever it is, get out of there and just continue to do it again. The damage, even I was playing Nightmare Giants with him, and it was amazing. I think I soloed Chaos with him during a live stream not too long ago. He's just very good. He's exactly the type of Skylander I like. You put a hat on him, give him a little bit more armor, and he is perfect. Alright, so now on to the Undead element. Now this one, I already know the comment sections are going to come for me, but that's fine. I'm not a fan of really any of the Skylanders from the Undead element. Like, I would rather use any other Skylander pretty much. So starting us out at number 4, hate to do it, but it's Ghost Roaster. All right, Ghost Roaster is fine. His main attack is super clunky. It's just a one-hit clunk. And you find yourself just using his giant skull head biting people, which it's great, but he's also one of the Skylanders that hurt himself, which makes no sense. Him and High Five hurt themselves in one of their attacks. It makes no sense. Also, the whatever ectoplasm mode or whatever it's called, you go invincible, but you're also not attacking. Like, you're doing such a minute amount of damage, it does not even matter. So you're just a fast floating head half the time, and it's just a single hit. Then you have to fly in a circle, single hit again. It does a lot of damage. It's very fun, but worse than the other three. I hear your guys' hot takes all the time, and you're about to hear mine, but coming into the number 3 spot, a fan favorite, sorry guys, Chop Chop. You guys know me and Melee Skylanders, they just don't gel, and I don't think Chop Chop is at full potential until Giants. So I have to judge him based off of Spyro's Adventure, and he's fine. He has fun combos, don't get me wrong, but if Chop Chop was as good as he is, well, if I got to use him the way I have to fight him during the Chaos boss fight and the Undead boss fight, then he'd be number 1. But you can't, because those minions have a combined of both upgrade paths, which makes his shield good and his sword good. And in Spyro's Adventure, his combos are good, but they're not as good as Igniters, let's say. His shield move is whatever. It's kind of useless in SSA, because enemies don't take a lot of damage, so you don't need to protect yourself a whole bunch. And against bosses, it's useless. And then his ranged move, the Bone Bramble, or whatever it is, it's fine, but it's extremely hard to aim, and it doesn't do that much damage. Now, the next two I could switch, and I literally just switched them again. So coming in at number 2, which was number 1 about a minute ago, Cinder. Alright, so my only reason why Cinder dropped to 2nd is because I never use her flight. The flight is just clunky in Spyro's Adventure. It's clunky in almost every game. It's useless. They say it gives you bonus crit or bonus armor sometimes, and upgraded speed. But her lightning, I love. I love her dash. I love how she makes the ghosts explode. Those two moves are lovely. They're fun. They're repetitive, but they're fun, and they do a lot of damage. So that's all I have for Cinder. I just think she's fun and she's good. Now, I know you guys are already yelling at your screen because you know there's only one left, and you guys guessed it, it's Hex. Hex is just a fun Skylander. I don't know. I think she's fun, and I think she's really good. She just needs a hat that makes her fast, and then she's golden. Like, I want to do all 50 Skylanders Giants heroics, and then use her, because then she might actually just be unbeatable, especially with her Series 2. But can't talk about Wow Pals. This is Spyro's Adventure. I will do a Giants video if you guys want me to do it. But she is number 1 because her main attack is quick, does good damage. Her Bone Bramble, or whatever it is, the Bone Wall, amazing. The enemies just run into it. It does so much damage. It melts them. During the boss fights, it's amazing because the minions do the exact same thing. Especially, I faced Stealth Elf once, and she just got trapped behind the wall and kept flipping into the wall and just defeated herself. It was amazing. And then the super fun move of charging up the Skull Rain does a ton of damage. I love it, and it's so much fun. It provides a little bit of a shield. It's just, she's an overall great Skylander. I think she just lacks a little bit in the armor and speed department, but with some heroic challenges, she is almost unbeatable. Now on to the life element. Now the life element is an amazing element with pretty much 4 great Skylanders. Well, I'd say 3 great and 1 good. That good being number 4, Stump Smash. Now he just lacks in speed. He does a ton of damage, and he's got 3 great moves. Just the speed department is so low that you just get hit, and I don't enjoy that. You know, a slow Skylander is just not fun for me, even though his combos are great. I love his acorns and the Mega Nut move. I think it's so cool, but the lack of speed, and the next 3 Skylanders have speed, so number 4 he is. Now coming in at number 3, it's funny, these are also going in pretty much speed order. We have Zook. Now Zook is one of my favorite Skylanders of all time. I love Zook, but he's not better than the next 2. And the main reason is I don't care for the wall. I know it's better on the one path, but I don't like making my main attack worse to make my secondary or third attack better. I just don't enjoy that. But other than that, I really don't have much to complain about. The mushroom wall is almost useless. It's like one hit and enemies go through it. So I don't really use it. I use the mortar attack and I use his main bazooka attack, and they do great damage. And he's just kind of like Stump Smash, but ranged and a little bit faster. Now coming in at number 2, Camo. Now Camo is an awesome Skylander. I don't understand why Toys for Bob or Activision or whoever decided let's forget about Camo and just give him a series or a repose in Swap Force. He could have had probably one of the coolest Wow Pows, probably. Like with how much better they made like Series 1 Skylanders or Spyros Adventure Skylanders in Giants, they could have made Camo unstoppable. This dude does so much damage. Doesn't matter if you go the vine path or the watermelon path. Also, his main attack, hold it, here. His main attack heals him. You ever a little low on health? Just shoot 3 little blasts and hold down the button and it'll heal you 5 health at a time over and over again. Then you can just sit in a part of the level where there's no combat, heal yourself right back up. But I love the vines path, the watermelon, where you get to hide yourself and then send them flying, especially with the, I don't even know, do you call it a Series 2? I don't know, the Swap Force version. He's really good in Swap Force, I will say that. But he's just as good in SSA. He's very good. He's a powerhouse too. And speaking of powerhouses, probably the most powerful Skylander damage per second, you know, it's Stealth Elf. Stealth Elf is just insane. 3 fantastic moves. Her Blades path is the best path. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I tried to tell you otherwise a while ago, and I was proved wrong. So here we are. I was wrong. Okay, you happy? I liked the Scarecrow path. I thought it was fun, but the Blades path is completely busted. I think I beat the Chaos boss fight in like less than 5 minutes. It was insane. Just tore him apart. You still get a Scarecrow. You get a single one, but you more use it to just be invisible and then pop out of it and do a ton of damage with your blades. But you use the invisibility move. I confuse invincibility with invisibility a lot. But the invisibility move you'll use not very much, because the speed move, the just flippy flip, does damage, and also in SSA it's so good. Like, it feels so much better in SSA than any other game. They added a delay in Giants, and then it got even more delayed in Swap Force, so they just had to keep nerfing her because of how good she actually is, which she does so much damage, and she's so fast. Probably top 3 Skylander in the entire game. Now we are on to the tech element. Now the tech element is a strong element. I like every Skylander from this element, but there's one machine that stands out as the worst of the element, even though they are criminally underrated, and that is Drill Sergeant. Now, Drill Sergeant I do prefer on the Bulldozer path, and Drill Sergeant does well in the entire game until there's boss fights. He's just not meant to fight more than one enemy at a time. At least ones that can't just be like hit and killed in like 1 or 2 hits. When he has to face Chaos, it's a nightmare. You're just holding down this tiny, like 1 damage little beam. You're trying to use rockets, but if you get too close, you just end up just pinching, and it's annoying, and it does like no damage. The bulldoze move is like 1 hit, then you just goes flying around. Like, through the levels, he's super fun, and then you use him in a boss fight, and you're like, this is the worst Skylander in the world. So, and I stand by that. I think he's probably the worst character to use in any boss fight in Skylanders. Now coming in at the 3 spot for the tech element, we have Trigger Happy. Now Trigger Happy is iconic, and I love him, and he's great, but that lack of health is just unforgivable. It is so bad. Even in SSA, you could be like 1 hit by a couple enemies. It is ridiculous. I like his main move. It shoots a lot, it bounces off walls, lovely. Machine Gun, I feel like it was more useful when I was young. Now that I'm older, I don't find it very useful. I prefer to just shoot. I end up doing more damage with his main attack anyways. Unless you're facing Chaos. Chaos and the Rock Golem monster, that's about it. That's the only times you'll really use the machine gun, unless you're just messing around and having fun. But even on the safe path, he does very good, but it doesn't make sense to really use it because he is a low health Skylander, and then just chucking high damage things like every once in a while isn't fantastic. And I know there isn't like a huge delay in between the throws, but it's a lot different than just running around. And literally, if the enemy's behind me, I can shoot this way and it'll bounce off the walls and go hit them. It's great. He's fun, but he's not the best. Making our way to the best, Boomer. Now, Boomer, I used to not be able to stand. I hated him. He was awful. And then I realized I had him on the slam path, and I was like, oh. Like, I do like the slam path. I do like the charge up slam. I think it's really useful. It's fun. Does a ton of damage. But please put him on the dynamite path. It is so much better. You just throw in dynamite. The dynamite barrels split off into individual pieces of dynamite, which also do damage. He's great. And he also leaves behind little bombs, and you can kick them, and then you can slam, and they jump up and explode. He's a lot of fun. He's very chaotic. Chaos, but he is very, very fun. And you guys saw this one coming. At number 1 spot for the tech element, it is Drobot. I know he's boring, okay? I know he's boring. But those eye lasers don't lie. It's like Shakira's hips. They just don't lie. But this man is just so powerful. He explodes everything on the screen. If you can't find something in a level, use Drobot. He'll blow up the level, and you will find what you're looking for. The eye lasers are all you need. I hate his flight. It is so hard to control, and it is very fast. So there's certain levels, like the first few levels, it's useful. But as you go on throughout the game, and there's more twists and corners, like if you use Drobot and try to fly in the Undead levels, does not go well. You're just running into brick walls over and over again. And then the gears are fine, but like I said, use them in Giants with the Giants Wow Pow. In SSA, Spyros Adventure for you guys, use the eye laser path, and he's one of the best Skylanders. He's not the best Skylander in the game, though. I will say that definitively. He's not the best in the game, but he's very good. Now it's time for the magic element. Now the magic element is a tricky element because there's 3 Skylanders from this element that are very tricky to use, and for me, very frustrating to use. They're like Skylanders who are good throughout levels, and then you go into boss fights, and then they just forget what they're doing. That's how it feels. So at number 4, man, I can't believe I put him in number 4, but Voodoo. I love Voodoo. I think he's amazing. It's just, he just struggles sometimes. Not having a ranged move stinks, and he's not super fast either. I really enjoy his melee moves, though. I do the non-combo path. So, okay, so the combo path gives you combos, obviously, but they're fine. Your main combo that they already give you is better than any of the combos that you unlock. So they're kind of useless. I think it just ups the damage, but the bottom path is this little secret upgrade a lot of people forget about. And it's that when you hit somebody with your axe, electricity hits them, so they freeze. Everybody freezes, like, gets shocked. It's lovely, and it blows everything up nearby. The tripwires are very good. You lay one down, you hit it with your axe, and now it's like electrified. When an enemy runs into it, it goes whoosh, it makes a satisfying, really satisfying noise, and does a lot of damage. And then he has a speed move. If there's a wall or an enemy nearby, he can reach out his staff, and it'll go attached to something and pull you near it. I just never use it, ever. And it's not great because it doesn't do a lot of damage either. Now, I literally just switched 2 and 3 again. But at the 3 spot, we're going to say it, is Wrecking Ball. Okay, the fact that he's not 4th is a shocker, but I'm trying to think logically. And his main tongue attack it's still good. It does good damage. It's good, okay? But it's the burps. The burps are very, very good. They do a lot of damage, but the roll move I can't stand, and that is why I moved him below number 2, Double Trouble. Now, Double Trouble is very good, but if he wants to be great, you have to use him in Giants with a Series 2 because the Wow Pow makes him broken. Now, when you play on the 360, I had this happen to me, and you face chaos, and you use your minions thinking this is a good idea. It's not. My minions just started jumping off the stage. They're not attacking anybody. So because of that, he's not at number 1. I mean, also other reasons, because clearly you guys know who's at number 1, and there's good reason for it. But his beam is good. It locks on. It doesn't branch off like it does in Giants. So it's like just single hit. The call down slam thing is great. Causes a little bit of a knockback. Does a lot of damage. And the minions are really good as well. So really no complaints there. And obviously, at the number 1 spot, we have Spyro. Spyro, this is going to be short and sweet. He's got everything you need. He's got speed. He's got the head charge. He's got flight. And here's the usefulness of him, though. With his flight comes a giant slam that does like 50-some damage in Spyro's Adventure. And if you guys don't know, 50-some damage is pretty dang good. That's practically one of like Eruptor's Magma Balls. You know, those useless moves that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it's like one of those, but it's actually useful and you continue to fly, I believe. But his fireballs are amazing. His charge is great. He's fast. He's got range. He's got melee. He's got everything you need. And I'm glad that they put him in the starter pack and used him as a marketing scheme, because this game probably wouldn't have taken off if it wasn't for the name Spyro. On to now the Earth element. Now, some would say the roster for the Earth element is rock solid, but I will say there's not a bad Skylander in the Earth element for Spyro's Adventure. So this was a very hard, 4 ranking to make. So really they could move anywhere, but definitely number 1 is the definitive number 1. But after that, it's kind of a mess. So coming in at number 4, we have Terrafin. I know it's a shocker to some. I really do enjoy Terrafin, but it's kind of only because of the minions, the little sharks. Completely useless. Completely useless. The combos are fun. The combos are good. The belly slam leaves you a little vulnerable towards the end levels, and if you don't single hit an enemy with Terrafin, whether it's with a combo or the belly slam thing, you're gonna get hit, and that'll eventually catch up with you, and your Skylander will need to rest. Now in the number 3 spot, we do have an underrated Skylander, Dino Rang, one of the Forgotten 8. I love Dino Rang, and if you guys don't use him on the Stone Fist Trap path, I highly recommend you do. It is completely busted in Spyro's Adventure. It does so much damage, and then also on that path, your boomerangs, when they defeat an enemy, they create another Stone Fist Trap, and the Stone Fist Traps just do so much damage. It's ridiculous. The one, Lava Lakes Railway, where you have to defeat all like those, the rocks and all that area, he shines. He just plows through that level so easily. The Chaos boss fight, he is so good in, because he just causes so many Stone Fist traps to pop up, and you actually end up defeating Chaos, like doing enough damage to Chaos to the point where minions don't even spawn. So he is very good and very underrated. His boomerang attacks, I know they're a little lackluster. They kind of feel like drill sergeants, like rockets, like his main attack. So like you throw and you have to wait for them to come back before you have to throw again. But they're not as bad as a drill sergeant's rockets. And then also he does have the move where he throws his boomerangs around him, and it takes out any enemy really near or knocks them back a little bit. So he's really good. Now the only reason why number 2 isn't at number 3 is because this Skylander beat Chaos in record time. He beat Chaos faster than any other Skylander. Faster than Drobot, faster than Stealth Elf, faster than Gilgrunt, and it wasn't even close. And that Skylander is Bash. Because Bash, I was actually debating on putting last, and then I remembered those streams where I did the 32 versus SSA stream. And he defeated Chaos to the point where a minion didn't even show up on the screen, I believe. Like, he charged up, had him on the melee path, which is the way better damage path. I like the roll path for fun, but charging up his melee move did enough damage to knock Chaos down a whole phase of the boss fight before minions even popped out. It was so broken. His tail swipe is good throughout regular levels too. The stone wall thing that you can create a projectile, it's good too. It's nothing crazy. And then obviously just being able to roll over enemies is a lot of fun. What I like to do personally is roll into the enemies, do initial damage, and then do a tail swipe, and that usually takes out every enemy. Now, this video is going to be a shocker because 2 of my least favorite Skylanders are very high in their own respective elements. And very high meaning the top. Prison Break. I know this is a shocker, but just use a Skylander, okay? That's my thing. I just want to be able to enjoy every Skylander ever, and like the Honesty Half Hour is giving me a chance to really work on that, and also live streaming and stuff. But Prison Break is amazing. His crystals when they come down, that's mostly what I use, by the way. Just keep calling down more and more triple crystals, triple green crystals, and they just crush everyone. They do so much damage. Chaos melts like butter. His beam, still don't like how it just ends. The beam is not supreme. Actually, the crystals are, so I think he should change his catchphrase. And the kind of like panic attack of doing the slam where you just kind of do a front flip and then slam and then crystals come out. It's fine. If you're getting attacked by a bunch of chompies and you just want to take them out in one go, there you go. He's also another Skylander who's even better in Giants because of his Wow Pow. So if he's number 1 now, imagine what he would be in Giants. Let me know in the comments if you want me to keep doing this. But we have a couple more elements to go before we get to Giants. Second to last element, now we have the air element. I just want to say this. There is no bad Skylander in the air element. I'm talking about you Warnado haters out there. I know I'm ranking him number 4, but he is one of the most complex and practice-worthy Skylanders. You need to practice because he is very... Okay. Take out the very. He's good, but he is very fun. And I think a lot of people just listen to people hating on Warnado. But Warnado is actually a lot of fun. You have to use all of his moves at certain times. But he's a lot of fun. I mean, you have to... I can't even like explain it off the top of my head because I'd have to be looking at the upgrade path literally or just using him. But I know I use him a lot where I go into the tornado form, I'll send out tornadoes, and then you send out the little shells, and then you do a giant slam. His main attack is a speed move, so you can do good damage while also backtracking and then repeating that same process. He's good, he just takes a lot of practice, and you have to be fully awake and caffeinated to not die. Now on to the Skylander that I stole from one of my friends growing up, Lightning Rod. Yes, this is still the one I stole. I'm sorry, man. But Lightning Rod, I mean, he's fun. Don't get me wrong. He has two really... No, okay, here. His whatever lightning path where he does this little thing and he goes... Bah! Yeah, and he just lights everybody up. Really fun. Not ideal for boss fights or fast enemies, though. His best path is the cloud path that provides protection, and anytime you get close to enemies, it just zaps them, and then you could use your main attack and it zaps them and they get frozen in place, and then you could just call down the giant lightning again. He's fun. He's very good. He's just, after talking about Warnado and really realizing how much fun Warnado is, Lightning Rod isn't as fun, but overall, I would probably pick Lightning Rod over Warnado in a Chaos boss fight. Now to the number 2 spot in the air element, we have everybody's favorite mom, Sonic Boom. Now, I don't know if her kids think that very highly of her because she's like, oh, you're born? Let's throw you at danger. And that's exactly what happens. So she's very good. Her Sonic Boom, I don't know, when she just yells is very powerful, especially if she has all 3 babies on the field or whatever. They repeat the yell, they continuously do the yell, and then her other thing is just flight, which makes her faster, which is fine, but the amount of damage the yell does, the scream, whatever you want to call it, is just worth the number 2 spot because of how much damage it really does. Now, undoubtedly, at the number 1 spot, also another Skylander I used to hate. It was in probably, I think Whirlwind was in my top 10 least favorite video when I first started my channel. It was like one of my first 10 videos. Whirlwind was in there, just because I can't stand the way she flies and I don't like her rainbows. But that was before I tried the Cloud Path. The Cloud Path is completely broken. I do not care what game you play. Whirlwind is great. Whirlwind is good in every single game, even in Imaginators. Yes, she just is, because she's fast enough to just put out 3 clouds. They have chain lightning, they shock, and then you can shoot your rainbows to do additional damage, which does great damage. You hit a cloud with them, and the cloud explodes. She could fly, so she really has speed, power, and consistent damage, which is amazing. I mean, she's number 1 for a reason. And now we are on to our final element, which I did not do this on purpose, even though I think the best Skylander in the entire game is in this element. Also my favorite Skylander of all time. Spoiler alert. There's no bad Skylander in the water element. But coming in at number 4, which is for some reason rare for some people to find, Whamshell. Wham Shell is very good though. All these Skylanders are very good, especially in the water element. There's maybe two. Actually, I don't even think there's a bad Skylander in Spyro's Adventure. After literally just talking about them all, I don't think there's a bad Skylander. And Wham Shell's great. He has great combos if you go the combo path. I prefer the slam path, or actually, it might be the same path. I don't remember. But the slam is the key right there, where he pops up. I don't know if it's barnacles or a coral reef or urchins. I don't know what it is, but it does so much damage. It even melts Chaos, the rock golem monster boss, any enemy. He does shock damage. His ranged attack sucks. I will say that. Shooting starfish isn't great. I don't care if you charge it up or not. It's not great. You end up just doing combos and using that slam. Use the slam over and over again, and if an enemy gets too close, whack them with your mace. But having no speed move is really what pulls him back for me, and that's why he's in 4th. Now, at number 3, Slam Bam. Now, Slam Bam is great. He's great. He's just, the next 3 Skylanders are great. I just had to put him in some sort of order. But, Slam Bam is not very fast, but he has a speed move. It gets better in Giants. His combos are amazing. He does massive amounts of damage. His Ice Wall is fun to use. It's not as good as, like, Chill's Ice Wall. It's more of like an ice freeze a single enemy. I think that's my only flaw against him, is it only freezes one enemy, and I really don't use it. I end up, when I'm using Slam Bam, I'll use his Slay or whatever it is, the speed move, and then just be dropping combos all the time. If I know the enemy's gonna die in one hit, like one combo hit, I'll use the big one where he just like creates a huge ice block on his hand and then he slams it on the ground. Other than that, if I'm actually playing to survive, like a solo run when I did a Slam Bam solo run, I'll just basically do the spin combo all the time, because it's kind of like a speed move as well. So you just keep spinning and you're hitting multiple enemies while you're going along. So that's why he's in the number 3 spot. He could be at number 1. He could be at number 3. He's just, actually, no, he can't be number 1. He could be number 2 or 3, but he's better than Wham Shell. Now at number 2, Zap. Zap is great. Zap is great. Zap is great. Now, I have nothing to talk about badly about Zap. His main attack, oh, you know what? Actually, here, I'll throw in a little bit of bad. I don't like how it's just a spurt of 3 shots. It goes pew pew pew, and then it stops, and then pew pew pew, and then does it again. Not a big fan of that, but it makes up for it because it does shock damage, and then also if you're smart about it, his big wave does a lot of damage, and then if you do a little slippery Gary the snail's, mark ahead of the enemies, and then you shock it, they get shocked, and then the little like break in between your main attack doesn't even matter because they're just taking like 3 waves of damage, which does a lot. Also, he's ridiculously fast. Now on to the number 1 water Skylander, and I think the number 1 Skylander in the entire game, and I know a lot of people think against it, but some people agree with me, Gilgrunt. Now, Gilgrunt is just amazing, but I will preface this. This is all based off of the 360 version, the Xbox 360 XPEC version of Skylanders Spyros Adventure. Now, before I start breaking down his moves, if this was the Wii version, I would probably put him below Zap, but he's still good. But in the XPEC version, he is completely busted. Go the hose path, the water path, whatever it is, unlimited jetpack, unlimited hose. Also, the hose reach is insane for the XPEC version. It goes past the screen, and then so do all of the starfish and things you're throwing, and those do explosive damage. He's so fast, it's not even funny with the water jetpack. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just gonna call it a jetpack. But with the jetpack, he's so fast, it's not even funny. He's shooting all over the screen. You could even come onto the ground if you really want to and shoot anchors or harpoons, but I really don't bother with it. The only time I really shoot harpoons or anchors is when I'm chasing the dudes around for the keys. That's about it, because I think they go a little bit farther. The charge up anchor is a lot of fun. I really don't use it either. I end up just flying around with the jetpack and just hitting everybody with boiling water and starfish. And it just does so much damage. And unless you've played on the Xbox 360 version, or I think I imagine he's the same on PS3, but I've never played on PS3. But he plays, it's not that he plays differently, it's that his attacks are just better on the 360 because the hose can reach so much farther and the starfish and stuff you shoot go farther. I don't think it has anything to do with damage. It's that reach that really makes the big difference, and that's why he's number one. And honestly, I think he's the best Skylander in the game if you're playing on at least Xbox 360. That is going to conclude it for this video. Make sure you guys let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below about every Skylander, every element, every ranking that I just did very quickly. But thank you guys for watching from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Keep saving Skylands. Streams every week, videos every week, shorts every week. You guys know how it is. I'm trying to stay active as long as I can. So keep saving Skylands. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.